for winter, ice and snow.
Happy Vlogmas day number 8. It was another long Monday. It's 6 in the evening. I'm making myself another cup of coffee just so I can try to make it through the evening. It's pretty chilly here in Albuquerque. Still wearing shorts, but I think the time is getting close to where I'm gonna have to put on some sweats or a pair of pants one of these days. We'll see. Maybe I can make it. Maybe I can tough it out. Shooting on the Osmo Action 6 tonight, and they released another firmware update, but this firmware update seemed to list all of the same things that the previous 2 firmware updates had listed in terms of what the firmware update was intended to resolve or to fix or to enhance or whatever else it is. So I have no idea. I'm going to guess that the very last bullet is probably the bullet that was addressed with this update, which is some minor bug fixes. I sure wish DJI would be a little bit more descriptive in their firmware updates so I would know what I'm supposed to expect. Yesterday was a really fun shooting on the Nano. I love that little camera. I mean, if the footprint, if you stack the little camera on the little module, it's about the same size as Action 5 or the Action 6, but when you separate that little camera module and you just throw it on your chest on that little magnetic mount, super convenient. There's just something about it. It makes it more comfortable to vlog and record certain settings, certain situations, without as many people noticing or without it being as obvious. So I think maybe that's why I like it, because it is awkward when you walk into a public space, there's a lot of people and everybody kind of turns to look at you if you're walking around with a camera. Plus the footage just comes out really, really strong on that Nano. I don't know. Maybe I need to pull out the Pocket 3. I might pull out the Pocket 3 tomorrow and vlog on the Pocket 3, show that camera a little bit of love. Russ and I think somebody else has been asking, somebody at work was asking what my favorite camera was between the Nano or the Action 6. And honestly, I don't know that I really have a favorite. I think they each have their own special use cases. Action 6 footage, especially low light footage, is just phenomenal. Not to say that the Nano was really bad, but Action 6 low light is just really, really phenomenal. But end of day, I would say that the best camera for anybody to use, and this is going to be very cliche, is the camera that you have available to you. If that's just a phone, just pick up your phone and use that. I think oftentimes all of these cameras and different gear and different lenses, if you're shooting on a mirrorless, I think the pursuit of trying to find the best image is really just a distraction. I think we tend to create distractions to avoid just doing the work, picking up the camera, sharing your story out with the world. So we keep looking to different gear to try to fulfill some need that we feel we have, and somehow if I change up the cameras and I get something different, that suddenly will make this whole vlogging situation a little bit easier. And the reality is it doesn't make anything easier. If anything, it tends to complicate it, because then you're torn with, well, should I try to practice with this camera and check out this other setting and see what this does? And then we use all of those things as an excuse to avoid just doing the actual work, which at the end of the day, I think the goal is to make videos. So rather than going out this Christmas season and trying to secure new gear or anything else, just work on consistency. Work on picking up the camera and sharing a vlog. Work on your storytelling, which is something that I definitely need to continue working on. And don't go out and chase new gear, new cameras, and think that that's going to magically solve anything, because all it's really going to do is serve as a wonderful distraction. Now, I'm guilty of distracting myself with the pursuit of different cameras and new gear and all of that. So I guess at least I'm speaking from a place of experience that none of these new cameras has really helped the underlying issue, which is me just picking up the camera and having a conversation with it and ultimately getting that posted post it up to YouTube because, you know, once again, today, it's almost a daily struggle for me to force myself to pick up the camera. And really, I just don't want to fail at the Vlogmas commitment of posting every day. But this evening, that's kind of why I made myself a cup of coffee. Really started out with zero motivation, but the fantastic thing is once I hit record and started recording and having this conversation, it's easier for me to keep going and try to get a complete thought out into the world. So don't distract yourself, just pick up whatever camera you have, if that's a phone, if that's some other older camera, just use what you have. And if you are going to spend any money, invest in some audio, invest in some good microphones, so then that way it makes it easier for your audience to listen to you and to hear the words that you have to share with them. Don't get caught up in the consumerism. Consumerism, as Amber would say. I'm just a consumer. You're being a consumer. But that's going to be it for Vlogmas Day 8. I appreciate you spending the time watching. And hope you had a wonderful Monday, and we're going to talk to you tomorrow.
Leaves me totally cold, but something's up each year in December. I love it like a miner loves gold. It's never about the presents, the turkey or the Christmas tree. It's all about that glow in my baby's eyes